Hello, I'm Jamie Alden, and I was recently at the National Association of Realtors Legislative Meetings in Washington, D.C., and I wanted to give you guys my top 5 takeaways from my time in D.C. So I put together a 5-part video series, and each video will be one takeaway. So I hope you find the content valuable, and thank you for watching. The first takeaway I want to share with you is the key terms of the NAR settlement and a summary of those changes. I know it's not super fun or exciting, but it's crucial that we all understand. So the key settlement terms. Number 1, release of liability. The agreement resolves claims against NAR, over 1 million NAR members, all state and local Realtor associations, and brokerages with an NAR member as principal that had a residential transaction volume in 2022 of $2 billion or less. Number 2, compensation offers moved off of the MLS. So this change will go into effect August 17th. In written agreements for buyer agents, the settlement provides that MLS participants working with buyers must enter into a written representation agreement with these buyers. This also goes into effect August 17th, 2024. 4, settlement payment. NAR will pay $418 million over 4 years, and membership dues in 2024 and 2025 will not increase because of this. And number 5, NAR continues to deny any wrongdoing. So those are the key settlement terms. Now here is a summary of changes. Written agreements or representation agreements with buyers are required before touring properties. And NAR has a definition for touring. To summarize their definition, touring is when a buyer's agent shows a buyer a home, or another agent working on behalf of the buyer's agent shows that buyer a home. And this can be in person or via virtual tour to a buyer not physically present. Removal of unilateral offer of compensation through the MLS. So all references to compensation need to stay out of the MLS and any IDX or third-party aggregators. For instance, a showing service like Showing Time, Broker Bay, or CentriKey. Agents may not accept more compensation than what is written on the buyer representation agreement. So if a buyer agent signs a buyer agreement with their buyer and the payment was X, but the seller is offering an amount higher than X, they cannot accept the difference. Now I'm going to show you a couple slides that Barb Betts presented on. I created these slides, but these slides are based on Barb's PowerPoint. All right, so this is the old way, or the pre-settlement way. The listing agent meets with the sellers. They sign a listing agreement. The listing agent lists the house in the MLS with compensation amount. A buyer agent meets with his new buyers. He sees the great house the listing agent just listed. He shows the house to his buyers, and they write an offer. The house goes under contract, and it closes. Buyer's agent is paid the offer of compensation that was plainly listed in the MLS. That's the current method. Of course, we know a transaction is never that simple, but for the purposes of this demonstration, it is. So, old way. And this is the new way. Yeesh. And this is how I feel explaining this. Going back to the new way. Remember, as a buyer's agent, there are multiple ways for compensation to be paid to you. Compensation can be paid via buyer, via seller, via other broker, or a combination of these.